information, free hug.
Hate machine, checking.
Weather machine.
Just kidding, we are the internet love machine. Huh?
Everybody loves
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce Rumble, our resident Exilon, and our sound man. Let's give it up.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Rumble is a proud member of the RPF. He's agreed to come out here, take care of everything for us, the rehabilitation project for us.
Oh, you want me to speak first?
Oh, I guess Rumble's going first. No, it's okay.
We totally need to get
Anonymous and members of the public, I give you Rumble.
Well, thank you, Anonymous. My name is Anonymous. And I'd like to welcome my friends, Anonymous. I'd like to welcome the staff and public of the Church of Scientology. I'd like to welcome the good people of Minneapolis. I'd like to welcome Minneapolis law enforcement. I'd like to welcome the camera people. We must document this important activity that we're involved in today. Indeed, it is funny. Up to a point. Anonymous is the gift that keeps on giving. This is because there is so much truth to be told. So much clarification is required to counteract the misinformation issued regularly and in great volume by the upper management of Scientology and their Office of Special Affairs. Today I'd like to talk about the Sea Org, the highly dedicated group within the larger Scientology organization.
Dangerous cult, protect your wallets!
These folks have signed a billion-year contract in service to the idea of restoring order to planet Earth in this sector of the galaxy. This sounds really noble and all, and the people who agree to this are sincere in their altruism. Little do they know what they've gotten themselves into. Tortures are minimal, tangible rewards are few. That part doesn't bother most Sea Org members. That's not what they came for. It's a bit disheartening, however, when your day off is one day off every other week, and then only if your statistics are going up that week. Or maybe no day off at all if there's an emergency that week that requires all hands. Maybe you'll need to stay up all night, or maybe the next night too. Sea Org members are tough enough to face such adversity. The job they're doing seems that important. Every job in the Sea Org seems really important. If a Sea Org member is not doing a good job of it, shown by their ever-rising statistics, they may find themselves facing the ethics officer and be required to disclose their evil purposes and overt counter-survival acts in a security check or sec check. They may be assigned the condition of liability, where they must deal an effective blow against the enemies of the group and ask for acceptance from the rest of the group. Or, in the worst case, they might be assigned to the Rehabilitation Project Force. The RPF typically live in whatever space isn't being used, usually places like the walled-off section of a parking ramp, unfinished basements of Sea Org buildings, or, back in the days of the flagship Apollo, the chain locker or the bilge. They eat only after the rest of the staff has eaten, assuming there's any food left. They are not allowed to walk, they're only allowed to run. They're not allowed to speak to the rest of the staff unless spoken to. Thank you. They do the hard, dirty work. Most are assigned to the RPF for months, but some have spent years. It is humiliating and degrading. It's hard to reconcile the RPF with the idea of going free and being the most ethical group on the planet. The Sea Org was founded in 1966 with the purchase of a cattle ship called the Royal Scotsman, which was eventually painted white and renamed Apollo. Things were heating up for L. Ron Hubbard as more and more governments were investigating and initiating lawsuits against him and his lucrative business, church. He figured if he could remain location unknown at sea, he could continue unhindered by these inconveniences. He recruited his most dedicated followers and they set off to sail the Mediterranean Sea. At each port, they lied to the port authorities about who they were and consistently were expelled in disgrace. Finally, in 1975, they moved ashore to the Flag Land Base in Clearwater, Florida, and the ship was sold. In Clearwater, they also lied about who they were, and have had varying success in addressing that PR flap. With this disastrous and abusive history, it's amazing the Sea Org still exists. In recent years, however, Many high-ranking Sea Org executives have managed to free themselves and are telling their stories. While I have barely scratched the surface of the shocking tale of the Sea Org, the detailed debriefings of these ex-Sea Org members reveal what was done, when, and by whom. The whole storyline of corruption, deception, and abuse is now being laid bare, and Scientology's Office of Special Affairs is impotent in its efforts to stop it. I urge local Scientologists to pull their heads out of the sand and face the truth. Just like the port authorities in the Mediterranean, you've been told a shore story, and you have a right to be angry too. Anonymous is here to help you with that transition. We've been here, and we'll continue to be here. Count on it.